Conventional wisdom says stay away from highly vacant properties, stay away from mismanaged property. I look at those properties like a wealth of opportunity. And there's a reason why Wall Street has set aside a lot of money to buy distressed commercial property. The big guys get it, the small guys get it. There's so much opportunity now, but I'm going to state this because it doesn't matter the current condition, because as we know, residential cyclical goes up and it goes down. And of course the bottom dropped out. What's happening next is commercial for the next several years is supposed to have a ripple effect of that, and that just means more opportunity. But even when the market gets stronger, there's always people that are distressed. There's always going to be foreclosed properties in residential. If you know how to seek out those opportunities, you can move forward and get them done. There's always going to be short sale. There's always going to be real estate owned property, even in the hottest of hottest markets. Yeah, if you don't have the key identifiers, you don't have the knowledge, they're going to be harder to find. But there's something called relationships. And when you have the right relationships established, it changes the dynamics of everything. Well, you don't have to have these long-term relationships to see results. You can have instant results with the right relationship. And that means being somebody of service, not being an investor-minded individual. And I really want everybody here to understand that I'm not an investor. I don't call myself an investor. I actively invest. But what do investors do? Me. What can you do for me? What kind of a discount can I get? If I pay all cash, close quickly, what's the least you'll accept? Is that the best you can do? Right? Me. Not the mutual benefits. When we talk about negotiation, you're going to see how it changes the dynamics of things. You're going to see on calls that I make through negotiations why some things are said, how we go ahead and be chameleons, how we understand that some people act a certain way on the phone, they're aggressive, and how we turn them around like this. And anybody can do it. It's not magic dust. It's just knowledge. And you guys are going to get the knowledge here, so I'm excited to share it with you. But commercial real estate is the next big wave. Currently, there's about $1 trillion in debt set to expire over the next 3 years. That's a trillion with a T. Do you guys smell opportunity? Absolutely. A tremendous amount of opportunity. So think about it. If you guys are in here now, right now, you guys are right there on the crest before the wave breaks. But when the wave breaks, investors are going to come out of the woodwork. Think about all the opportunity that came in on residential, and then all of a sudden, everybody was an investor, right, in residential. Investors were everywhere. It was like impossible to get stuff done. And in this current time, banks are begging people to take these properties from them at basement bargain discounts, and they can't even unload them. Well, how would you guys like to never have to find a buyer to have cash flow? Just eliminate that. Forget the buyers all in full, because why would you want to go ahead and sell a property if it's cash flowing? If it's pulling in positive cash flow, why would you want to sell it, right? And once you have the knowledge here over the next couple of days, you're going to see that. It doesn't take any longer to do a commercial deal than a residential, especially now with these short sales, especially people who think that they're getting a huge discount. I was at an event not too long ago, and a woman, she raised her hand, and I commend her for taking action, but she said that she went and purchased a property out in Las Vegas, and she got a big discount on it. And I said, well, what are you doing with it? She goes, well, I'm going to hold on to it till the market gets better. So I said, well, how did you buy it? She says, well, I bought it all cash. Well, she bought it all cash at a couple $100,000. That couple $100,000 could have went into a commercial deal that would be worth a couple $1 million that she could get seller financing on, and with a little bit of money, put it into marketing. The deal that I was just speaking about, the self-storage deal, at the end of the day, there'll be $300,000 put into that deal. That's it. And it's a multi-million-dollar property. So you decide. You're obviously here for the right reason, because you understand exactly what I understood a long time ago, that commercial real estate is a wealth builder. It always has been. It always will be. And this opportunity we may never get again in our lifetime. There'll always be opportunity, but right now it's so plentiful. So I want you to get that. All right? Lenders allow creative financing. Not like the residential world. You know, in residential, they were doing creative financing by inflating the price and then they take cash back. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about ethical, honest practices, the same way I do it, spotless and ethically clean, moving forward and getting these deals done the right way. Well, how can that happen? It's a combination of financing, and we're going to be talking about that. And the reason being is the lenders care about the property, not you. That's what they care about. They don't care about you. They care about the property. And that's exactly what it's called, is non-recourse loans. That means we do not personally sign. That means it's in the merit of the project. Most hard money lenders across the nation loan on the merit of the project, right? They understand that they can charge higher rate of return, they can charge higher interest, higher points. And the reason they can do that is because they know that you need the money because that deal's sweet. And they get that. Hard money is a great thing. It's not an ugly thing. All right? We're going to talk about that too. But lender, they do care about the property, not you. But this is the ticket. You guys get the cash flow, and then you also create appreciation. Appreciation is something that people hold property. There's many different reasons why people hold property, but the two main are cash flow and appreciation. Property is going to appreciate over time. And the great thing about commercial is this. You can charge just a nuisance rent, just a $10 rent increase to, say, self-storage. Just a $10 increase, there's something called the net operating income. When that net operating income goes up, the value of the property goes through the roof. You can take that equation on a couple hundred unit self-storage facility, do a nuisance rent at a $10 rent increase, and that value will go up over $250,000, $500,000, like this. Again, that's on paper. That's on paper. In residential, they tell us, okay, well, we make the money on the buy. That's how you make the money, right? In residential, you make the money on the buy. What money? You make paper money. You make equity on paper on the buy. You don't make any money on the buy. Nobody at the closing table delivers a wheelbarrow of cash to you. It's not reality. Where you make your money in that regard is you show it on paper, and then you have to find a buyer to sell that property to, or wholesale the contract, or whatever you're planning on doing, flipping it, and then you'll go ahead and get a check. And that's the cash flow. So you don't make the money on the buy. All right. Again, these are broke people trying to teach the wrong strategies. Just take that whole thing and throw it right out the window. That's not reality. Reality is when you sell the property in residential, you make money. What's the other way? The other way is you go ahead and you get it maybe on a lease option, or you're getting the property subject to, meaning subject to the existing financing, and you put a renter in there, and then what is it doing? Hopefully after it covers its debt service, it's cash flowing. Well, how much cash flow do you think you're going to get from one property? What, $100, $200, $500, $1,000? Well, yippee. That's not going to change your life. It's not going to. What you need to understand is that commercial is the only vehicle out there that's going to be able to pull in tens of thousands of dollars after debt service, meaning the positive cash flow. And that's why I love this business so very much.